What up, I'm B and welcome to my channel. I know it's been quite a bit since I've done a pre-recorded video. I've really been enjoying doing live streams and getting to hang out with you guys in real time, but I recently noticed that quite a few of my older reaction style videos were getting a little bit of extra traffic and it seemed like people were really enjoying those as well. So I figured since I have a little bit of extra time this week, why not do a reaction video? Now, the older reaction videos of mine that have been getting views lately are my reactions to both Paul and Morgan and Girl Defined, and so I'd look to see if they were up to anything interesting lately, and Girl Defined doesn't really have anything that's too eye-catching. Paul and Morgan have a few suspect videos, but I know I did just talk about them a few weeks ago, so I wanted to kind of switch it up, give some variety. However, if any of those videos are something you would be interested in watching reactions to, let me know in a comment down below, and especially if there is a specific video that you're wanting a reaction to, definitely leave me a link down in the comments below and we'll see what we can do about that. The video that we are reacting to today is My Arranged Marriage Storytime by a YouTuber named Manal Zain, and it's super interesting because this video has been in my recommended feed for 2-3 weeks maybe. I keep seeing it, and Manal has 15,000 subscribers, but this video has 551,000 views. So that tells me this is definitely going to be an interesting one, and I'm really hoping it's more of a lighthearted video, so this is just kind of like a fun reaction. The thumbnail says, I almost married a psychopath, but like I said, I think it's going to be more of a funny story, so let's go ahead and check it out, and if it's not, I won't be uploading this video. I do have a Lime Truly with me here because we are just chilling, relaxing, having a good time.
Hi. Hi guys, what's up? My name is Manal. Welcome back to my channel. And
Hello.
Today we're finally doing the storytime video where I tell you guys how my dumb self almost had an arranged marriage and, almost got married to a psychopath. While I'm telling the story, I'm actually going to get ready because your girl gotta, multitask with this whole quarantine thing. Get ready and then go spend some time with my family. So let's do this. Welcome to my weird story. I was 19 and
Yeah, definitely seems lighthearted, so that's good.
Was a very, I don't want to say troubled child, but yeah, kind of. Like, I had, I didn't like confrontation, but, I had a lot of issues with my parents. My dad thought it was a great idea if we just took some time off as a family, just a change of scenery, and we go, for the summer, we go to Egypt and spend some time together there, some quality time.
Oh, that's fun.
Great, instead of, rainy, cold ass Germany. We went, and one day my mom felt like she wanted to have breakfast on the balcony that you can see the beach from. And so she told us, hey guys, let's go, like me and my sisters, let's go to the supermarket, the grocery store that is nearby. So we went to a mall where there's the grocery store. We were looking for our stuff, and girl, all of a sudden I see this tall, like sun-kissed, green eyes, brown, blondish hair guy in front of me, and I'm like,
okay.
Oh. That's what I care about at 19. And I thought he was really cute. My husband knows the story. We laugh about it all the time because it's actually funny. So I see this guy, and I'm like, in Arabic to my mom, oh my god, Mama gawazhuli, which basically means, like, it's like one word in Egyptian, but it basically means, like, go and, like, I want to marry him. But it's a joke, right? Like you say that.
Explaining things, like when you're bilingual and explaining different like phrases and idioms that don't exist in like a second language. So if you have one that's unique to the one language and it doesn't exist in another, it's one of those things that's so complicated to somebody who doesn't speak both languages, but it's like, it shouldn't be this hard, but it is. That's just kind of a side note, but I think about that a lot.
But my mom did not take that as a joke. My mom was very serious. She wanted to get rid of me. She was like, girl, you need to get married and out of my house. My
No.
mom was like, okay. So she went and approached him, which at that point, I thought my heart was going to stop. So my mom goes up to him, and my mom is really smart about these kind of things. She just goes up to him, and she's like, hi, so I'm sorry, I'm looking for spoons and like knives and stuff like that. So he tells her,
okay, so like he works there.
Go, and he hears in her accent, because my mom's not Egyptian, that, you know, she's not from the area. And he asks her, oh, where are you guys from? And then she starts talking, and he said something very, like, I took it lightly at that point, but thinking about it now, she told him, oh, you know, I'm Syrian, but my husband is Egyptian, but we live in Germany. And then he said something in Arabic, which means, oh, you know, I hope God gives us the same opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, basically, like,
yeah.
Ooh, I would love to go and live in Germany. We had a little 90-day fiancé moment there. So my mom kept telling him, like, about our family, about my dad and stuff. They had, like, this whole conversation.
I hope this story isn't that he's, like, trying to use her to be able to live in Germany.
Standing there in sweat, like, oh my God, what the hell is happening? My mom, this is so weird and uncomfortable. And then my mother invites him to have dinner with us at the hotel. And that's what he did. So he came over to the hotel. He met my dad. My dad was not very, like, my dad thought it was weird, but also he then told my dad, you know, he was in the Navy, but currently he works as a manager at that grocery store, and you know, he finished his education, and
he's got the qualifications.
Big business and like the place where they're like originally from, and you know, he speaks English and he does all these things, and also he's like from the area that my dad is originally from, so my dad loved that. He ate that right up, because you know, my dad left Egypt when he was very young, so whenever someone mentions where he's from, he gets very nostalgic and emotional, and he likes it. Then homeboy starts inviting himself to more and more family outings, and he comes with us to places.
He's inviting himself
around, and one day, I swear to God, but the more I think about this story, the more I need to call my mom and talk to her. What the hell? I still thought he was cute, and I was like, oh, so he's educated. He's not, you know, he's not super traditional. He's educated. He's not like oh, girls can't go to school or whatever. You need to stay at home, right? Kind of person, because we don't need that kind of in my life, right? Then one day, my dad left to Cairo to go and see his family, and we stayed back and, you know, at the resort. He was like, if you need anything, you can give me your number, so, you know, and I'll give you my number and stuff like that. And then my mom was like, oh, you know, my phone died, but you can take Manal's number.
Mom.
At the time, I was like, ooh, Mom. That's weird, but all right. But right now, it's really...
No, that's the move, though. That's how you get your daughter in the door if she has a crush on this dude.
Well, to think about that. Mom, what the hell? So he took my number, and obviously, that was not for that. Like, he kept messaging me, like, things like, oh, I'm so happy that I saw you guys today, and... you know, do you have Facebook? Let me add you on Facebook. And, you know, he was being extra nice. In the time that my dad was not there, my mom, you know, asked him about a lot of stuff, you know, where we can go. And he would go with us as, you know, the male person. I don't know. Don't ask me about that. Like, I think it's stupid. But, you know, in Egypt, it's always good to have someone with you who, first of all, knows the area and is a man. I don't like it, but that's just how it is. Like, we've been there for like 2.5 weeks now, and we've seen him every day. My mom went back to the hotel and asked him if he can take me, because she's going to give me a list of things she needs from a store nearby, and, you know, if we can just go together and get it. Again, mother. And while we're walking back...
Your mom's on top of her game, though. Like, obviously, it didn't work out for the best, but your mom knows what she's doing.
The resort... He starts holding my hand, of course. And you have to understand that means something. Like, that doesn't just mean, oh, we're dating, because we're dating is not really a thing there, right? Like,
Okay.
if you do something like that with a girl and you know her family, that means you mean business. It's not just like, oh, we're just dating around and seeing where this is going.
It's like way more
He
serious.
doesn't know me that well, and he probably knows that I'm going to go and tell my mom, because that's how I met him, arranged, right? He asked me, do you want to walk by the beach? And I'm like, well, it's dark as shit, but why not? Stupid me. Don't ever do that. That is dumb. Dumb. Don't do that. We go walk by the beach, and then he was like, oh, let's sit down right here. And we sit, and we look.
Honestly, though, when you're 19, you're not really thinking about what could happen with a guy who you met 2 weeks ago taking you down to the darkness of the beach.
At the water. All of a sudden, my man leans over to... I think he was trying to kiss. I don't know, man. But the
trying to get a
first thing
smooch.
I thought was like, oh no. I was just like, he keeps...
No, if like holding hands is a really big deal there. Kissing, I can't even imagine how much more serious that is.
Leaning over to me like this, and I keep like going back until like my head was in the sand. Thinking about it now, dude, don't do that. Like, when you see someone just go back, not wanting to kiss you, you don't just go closer, right? So I kind of rolled away in the sand. I was like, all right, let's go. My mom was waiting for me. Every time I go back to that memory, I just want to really, really put it really, like, in the back of my head and never think about it again. It was so cringy. It wasn't as, like, uncomfortable, but like cringy. Like, in the moment, it was like, what are you doing? Nope. Even if I like you, no thank you. That night, I got a message from him telling me that, oh, I really enjoyed our time together. I really hope that you're happy here and that you're enjoying your vacation. And I just want to tell you that I really like you, and I just want to know how you feel about me. Very direct. Let's not lose any time. This is where my stupid brain comes in. I was thinking, look, he is cute, you know, he has a future, he is nice, he's educated, you've been a pain in your parents for so long now. I thought, you know what, maybe, yeah, you know, he's cute, it's fine, I guess, all right. And I said, yeah, I like you too, and great. And then, this is where I need to explain. This is where cultures differ.
Okay.
So he was like, so can I talk to your dad after 2.5, 3 weeks? But the thing is, in these countries, like in Muslim countries and Arab countries, you can be in a relationship, but your families need to know. It needs to be like official, basically. So both families come together. It's like a engagement kind of, but you are getting to know each other in the engagement.
Okay.
If you don't like each other, you break up. So I tell him yes. And
so it's just kind of like different perspectives on things, because it's like in American culture, you date, have fun, and then you get into a relationship, and then when you're like basically ready to get married, that's when you get engaged. For them, they just take it a little bit more seriously, and they put that label of engagement, like from what I'm understanding, while they're still getting to know each other. But so it's kind of like our intentions as of now are known pretty quickly.
No, it's fine, you know, sure, you can talk to my dad. So I go to my mom, tell her, hey, so I think he wants to talk to my dad, and what should we do about this? And she's like, okay, I'll talk to your dad, and we'll see what happens. His family comes, and literally a day before this engagement thing is supposed to happen, he talks to me, and he's like, so I just have a question. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, so when do you feel like you want to lose some weight? Like, you're going to lose some weight before the wedding, right?
No.
Huh? Now you come and say that? After your family's already in town? Now you start to act up like an idiot? Obviously, I got upset. I was really upset. This is, of course, one of my many insecurities.
Well, who says that? And like, anybody would be upset. Who says that?
You know, at the time, there were a lot more than I have now, even, and my mom stepped in and she made him apologize. And girl, don't ask me why I still went through with the engagement. I did. I was 19. I was stupid. I had a lot of guilt.
That's what happens when you're 19 sometimes.
Did I say that already? We got engaged. Let me explain to you when he came in. on our engagement, okay? It's not a party, but it's like you sit together, everyone is dressed nicely, and you like exchange rings, and people are having, you know, food and drink and stuff like that. My guy comes in a t-shirt. Before he used to dress up really nice, like he looked good most of the time. Like he would dress up in suits and stuff.
And now he's coming in a t-shirt.
A t-shirt that was blue and green, I think. No, purple and green. Like stripe, and it had a zipper in the middle. I'm like,
sir,
what is why now? Why are you trying, like, now that, you know, I said okay, now you're trying to be an idiot? Now you want to ask me about my weight and when I'm trying to lose weight? Now you want to dress up like a clown? Now, like, what is that? Why? My dad gave them his word. The families mingled and, you know, met each other and talked to each other and all that kind of stuff. It was time for us to leave, but I had booked my ticket from Cairo because I wanted to go and see my family in Cairo first before I left back to Germany. So my parents already left from Hurghada, where they were, like, from the beach. And I went back to Cairo because, as I said, I wanted to see my family. He told me he was going to try and take some time off of work so he can come and visit me in Cairo because I was going to stay there for another week. Now, that's when the craziness started to happen. I was in Cairo, minding my business, you know, staying at my grandpa's place, looking at the chickens on the street. And I get a message of him asking me, do you have male cousins? And I said, yeah, lots of them. And he's like, so when you greet them or, like, say hello, like, how do you greet them? And I'm like, we shake hands? I don't know. What? And he says, yeah, I don't want you to do that anymore. Now, see, for some Egyptian girls, mostly who live there, they understand this as being romantic because, you know, the guy is jealous and that's so cute and he doesn't, you know, they don't understand that this is toxic masculinity and he can kiss my... So I was like, excuse me? And he was like, yeah, I don't want you to do that anymore. And I'm like, but fam, do you understand that this is not going to work on me? Because, son, I am from Germany. Like, I have been raised and I was born in the West. So all my life, this is what I know. Yeah. You're not going to come here after like 19 years of my life and tell me about I can't greet my cousins with my hand. What? I was just so confused about the dumb shit he started talking about. And then a lot of more shady things happened. Remember?
I get it if that's like the norm in the culture, like that wouldn't be seen as such a like an outlandish request, but obviously for me being in America, I would be like, what? That's my cousin. What do you mean I can't shake their hand? I can't like touch them. It's family. What do you think's happening around here?
I said like, oh, he, you know, he's successful and he has this and that and speaks.
I'm like getting mad for her already.
Well, she even said to my dad that, you know, he translated some books from English to Arabic so people in his area could read them and stuff like that. Oh, God, I'm so dumb. The more I talk about this, the more I'm embarrassed. This one day, he messages me, and the message seemed to be in English, yet it wasn't. I knew I had these Facebook messages still. So the message said,
she has them.
Auntie, Lord, how are you? Of you may be well satisfied with the anti. Why not accept? Advert. I have you in a monster. I don't know what this is saying. Something. I hesabuluki avatar. Monster, you are take care of yourself. Oh, moon in the hole. Girl, I was like, what the hell is this? Just the fact that he lied about that. Why are you... That just shows me that he is insecure. And he needed to lie about something that made him special, I guess, in his eyes. I don't know. Like, the red flags just started to come in more and more and more and more. And, you know, I was getting ready to put on my clown shoes. The thing is, he already met my family. We're engaged. You know,
I want to know what she said back to that.
About to meet my family in Cairo. Oh my God, you're so deep in this. what are you gonna do, right? Oh my god, it was such a terrible situation. I was so overwhelmed and stupid and 19, as I said. So 2 of my aunts were able to come with me to meet him, and we met at this country club. And my aunt had a broken leg at that time, so I was trying to help her to go to the bathroom, and that exact time is when he called me to tell me that he is at the gate, and that I need to come and pick him up because he can't come in because he's not a member. I wasn't able to answer my phone because my aunt was in the bathroom and I was trying to help her. So what I did was I called, my 2 cousins who are like 10 or something from the bathroom. I was like, hey guys, can you go pick him up? He's at the gate. So they went. They were like, yeah, sure. They went to pick him up and came back without him. Now, I don't know if you have picked up on the toxicity.
Did he like throw a fit about it?
Girl. So I had to stop filming for a second because I'm a mom, and that's it. Because I'm a mom, I have to go take care of my child. And in fact, it is the next day. Where was I? Oh yeah, the psychopath. I get a call, which I now am finally able to answer, and he is just on the phone already yelling. I came all the way up here to Cairo. How dare you send some little children to pick me up? I'm a man. You need to respect me. I'm just gonna listen to all the dumb shit he has to say, and I'm just gonna save it all. So I have actually like legitimate reasons to tell my family later as to why he's a psychopath, and I don't want to do this anymore. I know this sounds so weird to some of you guys, but this is like a family matter. This is not just me with another guy. This is also part of the culture. Like, I have to go and explain to my dad, like, he's a psychopath. I do not have time for that. So while I'm walking to the gate, in my head, I'm like, okay, you can't pop off on the street. You're in a different country. You don't want to cause a scene. This is a different culture. You are not from here. Get yourself together. So I get to the gate, and I see him, and he has, like, this huge gift bag in his hand, and he's standing there as if I just murdered his entire family, and he's ready to, revenge his honor or some shit. Like, insane. And he's like, how can, the whole thing that you did on the phone, he just did it again. And that was so embarrassing because we were in the middle of the street and people were looking at us, and he's like, how can you do that, this, that, and the other? And I'm like, look, my aunt was in the bathroom, and I know I shouldn't be even explaining myself at that point, but I was just trying, I was just not trying to kill him. It was perfectly fine for my cousins to come and pick you up. He's like, no, this is so disrespectful. You should have had one of your elders. Anyway, so I told him, look, in the middle of the street, before I even take him to my family in this whole fired up situation.
Right, while he's all angry.
This is not going to work. I'm from Germany. This is not how I was raised. This is not what I'm going to take. If girls out here are going to take this bullshit, I'm not going to. If you're going to be stupid and act out like this, you can have your stupid ring back. And I literally took off his dumb ring that was ugly as hell, by the way. And I gave it back. And I was like, and then I'll see you later. And of course, homeboy saw his little visa fly away. So he caught it real quick and was like, apologized real quick after I gave him that ring. And he's like, I just, I have had a long day and I've been traveling and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, so are you good now? And he's like, yeah. And I just wanted to get it over with. Like, again, as I said, this was not going to be my decision. Like, the whole family needs to meet him and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh.
He then goes to meet my family. My family already hates him because, they heard him yell at me on the phone. He had that big gift bag in his hand, and he gave that to me, and there was like this huge white teddy bear with like a heart where you can press on it and goes like, I love you. I love you. I hate that dumb thing. I think my parents still have it. And my sisters were like, oh my God. Like, when I went back to Germany, they were like, oh my God, imagine if he put like a camera in it. Because honestly, thinking about it now, it was really creepy.
Oh my gosh.
Like red eyes and stuff like that would light up in the middle of the night. Oh my God. Ugh. And that was very sweet. I just had a whole situation with that guy. So I wasn't too amused. And then he had like a little box in the gift bag, and then he gave it to me, and it was a ring. And I tried it on, and it was too small. So he got upset that I embarrassed him because I'm a fat He literally said, did I not tell you you need to lose some weight? Now this ring is too small. I have to go and return it. I'll be right back. I swear to God. My aunts looked at me, even my cousins who didn't even know, like, they're little kids, right? They looked at me like, this guy? Really? He was gone for like an hour and a half or something like that. I mean, of course, because highway traffic is insane, but also, why do you leave in the middle of a meeting with your fiance's family to go exchange a ring because she's too fat?
I would be livid. Like, I'm wondering, because obviously he gave her a ring before, so he like knows what ring size she is. And so he intentionally must have gotten a smaller one, right? Like, she already has a ring from him. And he intentionally got a ring that was too small and then got mad at her when it didn't fit.
Finally, the day where I was going to go back to Germany came. I went back to Germany already knowing that I have to find a way to tell my parents that I don't like him, that he is a complete psychopath. And, you know, he's just a weird, like, I can't, like, imagine, the thing is, this is not just, like, the engagement after some time, I was going to get married to him, and imagine living with someone like that. And also, he wanted to live in Egypt because he already had, he owned an apartment there, you know, and yeah. He was gonna live there. That's what he said. Do I believe him? No, ma'am. I gave it like a week before I told my dad. He knew that I was like in a choir, like a song group in my school, and he started saying things like, oh, you could just leave the choir because I really don't want people to hear you sing. You're like, you can sing for me. Are you gonna pay me? I mean, he was just insane. Like, he started saying the dumbest shit. It used to be like that in Egypt, but like our generation isn't like that anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, people in our generation in Egypt are just a little bit more open-minded, and they're like, the internet is a thing, so people understand that. Like, there are YouTubers in Egypt, really, really great universities. People are educated. People travel. Like, it's not. But I think the fact that his family was not from like a big city, I guess that's how he grew up. I mean, he used to live in big cities, but I guess at the end of the day, for him, it was like how his family raised him. He was just being a complete creep.
Look at her cute little bangs.
Oh, whatever. He started texting me things like, you know, look out the window. Do you see the moon? I see it too, and that's how we're connected. Like, stuff I think he got from a movie or something like that. And then also he would say, like, there's a saying in Arabic, when you tell someone that they're really beautiful, you tell them that they look like the moon. They're, like, so bright, shiny. I don't know, man. Like, whatever. Anyway, so that's what he kept saying, and I couldn't take it anymore. I didn't even wait the full week, and I went to my dad, and I told him, like, look, man, this is not going to work out. He is so weird. He is very, very... I can't. I just
like
can't.
Controlling.
Like, he did this, that, and I never told my dad that, you know, he tried to kiss me because that probably would have been the deal breaker, and my dad, I don't know. But I was just too embarrassed to tell him that because culture, I guess. Years later, I told my mom, and she was like, oh, did you really? I was like, thanks, Mom. I know. My dad was not happy with it, you know, because the guy checked all the, you know, the boxes of my dad's list. He had a good degree, he had a career, he had an apartment, his family had a very similar culture to my dad. He was somewhat religious, like he cared about religion, all that kind of stuff, you know, and also he was very kissy, which is like a big box on that list.
Dad said, yep.
You know, we didn't really care about the fact that he was lying about a lot of things, that he's a psychopath, and that he yelled at me on the street. We didn't care about these kind of things, though. So, why do you not like him? You only like trash guys then? And I'm like, what? Dad, you don't know that yet, because the trash I found a couple months later. That did not happen yet.
Oh my god.
Actually,
Tell
I have to give a little shout out to my sister, my youngest sister. At the time, she was like 8. And she always told me that something was wrong with this guy.
She knew, huh?
She did not like him. There was actually a picture of the engagement where she was like side-eyeing him. And I thought that was really funny. And I should have listened to her because...
Dude, I swear, kids know. Like, they have a sense about these things.
turned out to be a psychopath. Like, he literally, when we met him, he was so nice until the second we got engaged, and he could already like smell his visa to Germany, you know. After that, he thought he could treat me that way. He thought he could, you know, just because our families are now in the picture, that I will not leave his ass. Well, you thought wrong. What's the moral of the story? Listen to your little sister. She knows best, I guess. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you want more story times, girl, you know I have so much. I was such an idiot in so many cases. It's, you know, concerning. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel and turn off the notifications. Also, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Tell me if you like my bangs, because I really like them right now. They're really cute.
They're cute.
Will I go out with them? Probably not, because if it's hot, they're going to stick to my forehead because I sweat a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. Also, I forgot something so important. Wash your hands and stay the hell inside. My God. It's not that hard. If I see one more little girl at Starbucks because it's spring break, I'm gonna flip out. All right.
Oh my gosh. Well, that dude sounded like a real winner. I'm really glad she ended up telling her dad and cutting the engagement off. I feel like anytime you end a relationship, especially an engagement, it's kind of a difficult decision. And when you're engaged to be married, like, I've never experienced this, but I can only imagine you're thinking about, how am I going to tell my family? How am I going to tell my parents, especially? Like, are they going to be mad at me? Whatever. And then when you're in a culture where things are taken so much more seriously and the families are so much more involved, I feel like the pressure of doing that is probably a lot. So at 19, for her to be able to say, like, nah, we're not doing this, like, props to her, honestly, because it seems like this decision was for the best. I would not be able to cope with a man yelling at me on the street for being busy helping a family member and sending my cousins out to let him in. I couldn't imagine the embarrassment of that. So overall, seems like the right decision to cut it off. I know we have all, I mean, at least I have, had some pretty ridiculous relationship experiences. So if you feel so inclined, let me know down below what the most ridiculous thing a person you were dating has done to you, if they like embarrassed you in public or in front of your family and you're at a place where you can joke about it now and laugh at it. I would honestly love to know, because I find it really interesting how bold some people can be. So I'd love to hear it. And if you want to share, leave it in a comment down below. Additionally, I would like to introduce a new type of video on this channel, and it is definitely going to be subscriber involved. This is not a new idea by any means. One of my favorite YouTubers does content like this, and I love it so much. I have created an email address. It is hihoneyyt, as in YouTube, at gmail.com, and it will be in the description box down below. And so what I want to do is kind of incorporate advice type videos on my channel. So like I said, I have that email address, and if you've gone through something where you feel like it taught you this really great lesson and you think that that lesson is going to be helpful for the general public, you could send that in. Or if you are currently going through something and you're just looking for advice, or maybe kind of a sounding board, you want to hear what other people might do in that same situation, you can go ahead and send it to me. I will be reading them on camera and giving kind of some words of encouragement and any advice that I might be able to offer. And then in the comments, the rest of our little family can help give you some support and let you know if they've gone through anything similar as well. So that way, hopefully it can kind of guide you through whatever you are going through. I know that certain YouTubers have like kind of specific rules on what kinds of stories can be sent in. I'm sure that I will have a more defined list maybe as time goes on, but for right now, while it's just, hey, this is a new thing I'm doing, general rules would just be to be aware of the language that you use in your email. As you guys know, I don't swear on my channel, so if you send something in that has swear words, I will censor it out. Some people get kind of confused on what I mean when I say that, but basically if you say, like, the F word, I would say like freak or frig or heck. Like, I would just swap that out for something that's not technically considered a swear word. And then the other rule is just if you are in need of immediate help or immediate danger, I wouldn't send those to me. I don't know the timeline of when I'm going to be able to turn around and make these videos and read these stories. So if you need help now, I would reach out to a friend, reach out to a family member, look online for a resource. Your health and your safety is #1 priority. And so I don't want to cause any further harm if you're thinking that you're going to email me and like get a personalized response. Like I said, they are for videos and the videos might take a while to make. So just keep that in mind. Additionally, I am going to be reading these stories as they are written, so I won't be reading anybody's email address or like name on their email account, but if you don't want your name included, don't put it in the story, because I haven't decided if I'm going to be doing pre-recorded videos or live streams or a combination of both, and my idea is that I will be reading them for the first time while I am making the video or while I am on the live stream, and I don't want to accidentally give out any information you don't want out there. So again, I won't be like sharing them on the screen. I will not be reading your email or your name on your email account. But don't say like, hi, I'm B. Please don't say my name, because if I'm on a live stream, obviously that would be kind of a problem. So whatever you put in the body of the email is what I will read. If you don't want your information out there, like your name or the name of the people involved, go ahead and just give them some aliases so that way you and them can remain anonymous. I'm really excited to bring this type of content onto my channel because I feel like it could do some real good, and I hope that you will enjoy it as well. But with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. If you would consider liking this video or subscribing to my channel, that would be incredible. And if you are subscribed already, thank you so much. I am so appreciative of you, and I love being able to just sit here, hang out with you, and talk about whatever. Thank you so much for watching. Please be kind to people, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.